What's up, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free Major League Baseball home run prop show for Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. Now, we will get into the home run prop action momentarily. We'll do a quick recap of the play that we did hit on Monday. Smaller card, we only caught one of our home run props, but hey, it's better than absolutely hitting nothing. And we move on to Dinger Tuesday. Lots of action on the board, lots of home run props that I really like for today. Couple that we had to get some late info on, so that's why this show is coming out a little bit later today. But I'm really happy we waited, and I'll tell you guys why momentarily. But just a reminder for everyone, these plays are very high risk, high reward. They are meant to be plays that you just have some side action on, sprinkle a couple bucks on the side, just some pizza money or some coffee money for some fun action. But not plays that you dump your whole bankroll into. I recommend playing whatever you play from this show straight, just single plays. You're welcome to parlay a couple if you like. I always say that if you're going to bet at least a three-leg parlay, a parlay that's 3 legs or more, always do a round robin if it's within your means. Give yourself a safety net. That way, if at least one leg goes awry, you still win something. And, my other thing is that, I tell everybody you don't have to play every single player prop that I give out on this show. Just the plays that I'm looking at, just the angles I'm looking at for the day's action. And we'll show you the one that we did hit. We'll start things off with that on Monday. And we cashed with Yordan Alvarez in that next debacle for the Blue Jays and the Alek Manoah saga. But plus 260, not the biggest plus money payday we've ever had, but hey, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Profit is profit when it comes back to us. So I'll take that any day of the week. We'll roll that over into some of today's action. But the one other thing I want to mention, let me know in the comment section below. I love interacting with you guys, loving seeing the plays that you guys have on the board. Do you agree with some of the angles I've taken? Do you not agree? Drop your player props in there as well. Because like I said, I like seeing what you guys have. And heck, sometimes I've even picked and chosen some player props from there as well. And, we beat the books as a unit. You guys have been absolutely on fire with some of those player props and some of those parlays as well. But if you're going to do that, I implore everyone, please drop the plays in there before the games actually start. If they're not in there before the games start, they don't really help anybody. And we're trying to beat the books as a team. None of this thank me later stuff. It's not a picking contest, not a competition. We're here as one unit, one goal as the Pickdawgz family, and that goal is every day to crush the books. But let's get started. Let's take a look at the home run prop action for Tuesday. Took a look at a couple of earlier games. Earlier being 640 first pitches, but we're going to start with Trey Turner at plus 400. He homered twice on Monday. Now he gets a solid matchup against the lefty and Tyler Alexander, who has allowed 5 home runs in 23 innings out of Detroit's bullpen this season. Also has allowed a 10.6% barrel rate. Now, I'm not sure if it's an opener situation with Alexander, but he's been a starter in the past, and he is capable of going a bit deeper than a normal opener would. Turner hitting 294 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against left-handed pitching. So give me Trey Turner for a home run at plus 400. Also going to look at Nick Castellanos for the Phillies at plus 430. And normally I may be looking to shelf Castellanos as he hasn't come through for us in a couple days, but he is hitting 563 with 3 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against lefties. Has a 10.9% barrel rate this season. So give me Nick Castellanos at plus 430. Also going to look at Bryce Harper at plus 370. Has a 12.7% barrel rate this season. He's hitting 353 with a home run against lefties in the last 2 weeks. So I'll take a shot on Bryce Harper at plus 370. Going to switch up to this matchup between the Marlins and the Royals. And I'm going to look at Jorge Soler for a home run here at plus 310. Now, I've said it time and time again about Zach Greinke this season. The problem with Greinke is that the home runs that he mostly gives up come on the road, and that's not going to help him here playing at Lone Depot Park. And he doesn't bode well here against a hot-hitting Marlins lineup. Soler, he's got an 18.3% barrel rate this season. He's hitting 292 with 3 home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. So give me Jorge Soler at plus 310. Also going to look at Brian De La Cruz for the Marlins here at plus 575. He hit a home run on Monday. It's a good shot to go back-to-back here. He's hitting 308 with a pair of home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. So I'll give me Brian De La Cruz here at plus 575. I also had leans towards Garrett Cooper and Yuli Gurriel, but I couldn't get there enough to make it an official play here. But leans towards Cooper and Gurriel for the Marlins as well. For the Kansas City Royals, we're going to roll with Nick Pratto here at plus 850, one of our longer shots on the board today. But I love Jesus Luzardo. He's one of our favorite pitchers on the morning show as well, but he's still allowing a 12% barrel rate this season. He's allowed a home run in each of his last 4 starts at home. And Prado, he's hitting .364 with a pair of home runs against lefties in the last week. He's hitting a 12% barrel rate of his own this season. So give me Nick Prado here at plus 850. I'm also going to look at Bobby Witt Jr. at plus 540. He's got a home run and 3 extra base hits with a .429 batting average against lefties in the last 2 weeks with a 13.2% barrel rate this season. It's going to be Bobby Witt Jr. at plus 540. And also going to look at Ke'Bryan Hayes here for the Pirates against the A's at plus 575. He's hitting .538 with a home run against righties in the last week. And James Caprillion of the Oakland A's, he's been a home run magnet this season. Maybe not so much since returning to Oakland's rotation, but he's still given up a lot of hard contact this year. I like the value we're getting with Ke'Bryan Hayes. So give me Ke'Bryan Hayes here at plus 575. I'm also going to look at Jack Suwinski at plus 400, hitting 304 with 4 home runs against right-handed pitching in the last 2 weeks. Also leads the Pirates in barrel rate at 16.5% this season. So I'll take Jack Suwinski at plus 400. For the Diamondbacks, I'm going to switch up to the matchup here against the Nationals. I'm going to look with Corbin Carroll at plus 360. Now, Jake Irvin, starter for the Nationals here, he's been mediocre at best for the Nationals. In this starting rotation, I kind of wonder if he's going to get removed, but I don't know who you would pull him for, to be honest. He's allowed a home run in 3 straight starts, 4 total over that 3-start span with a 9.8% barrel rate this season. Corbin Carroll, one of Arizona's best hitters this season, a 9.7% barrel rate on the year. He has a pair of home runs with a .343 batting average in the last 2 weeks against righties. So give me Corbin Carroll at plus 360. And I'm also going to look at Christian Walker at plus 335. He's hitting .375 with 3 extra base hits, including a home run in the last week against right-handed pitching. Still has a 9% barrel rate on the season. So I'm going to take Christian Walker at plus 335. Now, to be honest, I'm back to liking the catalog of Houston Astros here against Kevin Gausman. Gausman gave up 8 runs, 7 earned, and a pair of home runs against the Astros earlier this season. I could probably do a home run prop show just on this single game alone. But for the Astros, Jose Altuve has a pair of career home runs against Gausman. Bregman, Alvarez, McCormick, Myers, Jolks, Yainer Diaz all have a pair of home runs in the last week against righties. For Toronto, some of the usual suspects, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Dalton Varsho, Bo Bichette. They're all guys I could see taking Hunter Brown deep here as well. So I could, like I said, I don't want to just toss out 9 names for the sake of it, but I think you can make a case for almost any name in that Blue Jays and Astros matchup. But also, before I get back into the official plays that we do have on Tuesday, obviously the idea of this home run prop show is to put you guys on some home run prop winners, but it's also to highlight the benefits of the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. These betting tools are 100% free. They're going to do the heavy lifting for you, and that's where we get our graphics for this home run prop show. You can see the player props. You can see what the prop is, how often it hits, and what book is giving you the best possible price. The nice thing is, if you don't have an account with that sportsbook that's giving you the best price, you click on that price, you sign up, you get the sportsbook bonus offer on us, you get to play that price, and you also add to your advantage over the books, which the one thing is that they can't take away from you is your ability to find the best possible price and the ability to shop lines. If you're looking for other stuff, the betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place, they probably have it. If you're a parlay bettor, there are parlay builders there. If you like betting hot and cold streaks, there's a trends tool on there as well. There's a tool showing you profitable angles and teams and who fits the mold in those angles. I could go on and on. I could probably do a 1 to 2 hour show every day just how great these betting tools are at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Place. But I think it's in everyone's best interest if you go over to Pickdawgz, sportschatplace.com and check out those betting tools for yourselves. But let's get back into the home run prop action for Tuesday. And we're going to go with this matchup between the Dodgers and the Reds. And this is the matchup why I'm happy we waited. And I'll tell you guys why in a second. First, we're going to start with JD Martinez. He's got a favorable matchup here at plus 310 against Luke Weaver, who has been a bit better for the Reds. Sure, but he's allowing an 11.2% barrel rate this season. He's allowed 7 home runs, Weaver has, in his last 4 starts at home. JD Martinez leading the Dodgers in barrel rate at 18.5%. He has 3 home runs and a 250 batting average in the last week against righties. So I'll take JD Martinez here at plus 310. Also for the Dodgers, I'm going to look at Mookie Betts at plus 270. Not my favorite price we'll ever get on Mookie Betts, but same reasoning for Betts as Martinez. He has 3 home runs of his own and a 368 batting average against righties in the last 2 weeks. Betts also putting up a 12.4% barrel rate this season. So give me Mookie Betts at plus 270. Also going to look at Jake Fraley of the Cincinnati Reds. Switch some dugout here and go with Fraley at plus 500. Tony Gonsolin, he hasn't given up a whole lot, but he has allowed a 7.9% barrel rate this season. He's allowed a decent amount of hard contact. Fraley, he's homered in back-to-back starts. He has a 333 batting average in the last week against righties with a 7.5% barrel rate this season. I like Jake Fraley at plus 500. And the reason I'm happy we waited, news came out early this afternoon that Elly De La Cruz will be making his Major League debut for the Cincinnati Reds in this game. Now, if you can find a price on him, I know I've seen it on a couple of books that they already do have prices out on Elly De La Cruz, around plus 350. The dude's making his Major League debut, and he's only at plus 350. He's got 12 home runs, a 298 batting average in AAA this season. He's been one of the most highly touted prospects coming out of the minors, the highly anticipated prospects, and I think he's going to show why today. I really like Elly De La Cruz for a home run in his Major League debut here. And like I said, sitting around plus 350. Now, a couple more home run props that I like before I want to take one more quick break. I do like Rafael Devers here to hit a home run at plus 375, hitting 273 with a pair of home runs in his career against Cleveland's Shane Bieber, who has allowed 6 home runs in his last 6 starts. Devers also a 13.1% barrel rate this season. So give me Rafael Devers at plus 375. I also like Connor Wong, but for whatever reason, the books don't want to give me a price on Connor Wong. 11.6% barrel rate. He's hitting 350 with a pair of home runs against righties in the last 2 weeks. I'm trying to see if I can find an injury report, see if maybe if I miss something that Connor Wong pops up on there at all. But I hadn't seen anything. I don't see him on any injury report right now, so maybe he's a scratch, maybe he's a late ad, who knows. But I would keep my eyes peeled to see if a price comes out on Connor Wong, as I do like him in that matchup. But before we get into our last couple home run prop games for Tuesday, one of the things everybody hears me mention whenever you watch this home run prop show, and if you're new to the home run prop show, a metric that I feel is very important when you're looking at betting home run props is barrel rate. Now, what's a barrel? It's a ball coming off of the bat with that perfect combination of launch angle and exit velocity to where, the further into that barrel zone that you go, with more exit velocity and at that launch angle, you're more likely to have a well-hit ball into the outfield and subsequently more likely to hit a home run. And why is barrel rate important? Well, the balls that were quantified as barrels in 2022, 45% of them went for home runs. And that was the lowest percentage of home runs to barrels that we had seen in pretty much a decade. Normally, we're talking about barrels going for home runs 50 to 60% of the time. And if you're going to give me a 45 to 60% added probability edge on a player prop that's going off anywhere from, let's say, plus 200 up over plus 1,000, I'm going to take that any day of the week. Any advantage that we can get over the books, I will take it. And that's not necessarily just for batters. It goes for pitchers as well, for how many barrels they're giving up on the mound as well. And that's what I'm saying. You'll always hear me mention barrel rate in some way, shape, or form on these home run prop shows. I just feel it's the most important analytic to look at when you're betting home run props, alongside other research like head-to-head matchups, recent form, numbers against batting average and home runs against the pitcher's arm side over the course of this season. So definitely something to look at. But I hold barrel rate in very high regard. So that's just my stance on it. But let's get back into the last few home run props that we do have for Tuesday's action. And we're going to go to this matchup between the Braves and the Mets. And I'm going to roll with Eddie Rosario here at plus 430. He's hitting 500 with 3 home runs against righties in the last week. Also hitting a career 342 with 3 home runs in his career against the Mets' Carlos Carrasco. Now, Carrasco has allowed a home run in each of his 3 starts since rejoining the Mets rotation. Also has an 8.8% barrel rate allowed this season. 5 home runs allowed in 4 starts in his career against the Braves, including 4 home runs in 2 starts in Atlanta. So give me Eddie Rosario here at plus 430. Also going to look at Matt Olson to hit a home run at plus 285. He's hitting 417 with 4 of his 5 hits going for extra base hits in his career against Carlos Carrasco, including a pair of home runs. Also has 4 homers in the last 2 weeks against righties. Leads the Braves in barrel rate at 21.1%. So give me Matt Olson for a home run at plus 285. I'm also going to look at Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. He's hitting 279 with 5 extra base hits and a home run in the last 2 weeks against righties, while also going 3 for 8 in his career against Carrasco with all 3 hits going for extra bases, including a home run. Acuna Jr. also posting a 15.8% barrel rate on the year. So give me Ronald Acuna Jr. here at plus 360. I'm going to go this matchup between the Rangers and the Cardinals, and I go with Josh Young to hit a home run at plus 410. Arguably the Rangers' best bat against lefties. He's hitting 444 with a home run in the last 2 weeks against left-handed pitching in a small sample size. I'm just not looking to back Matthew Liberatore or any of the Cardinals pitching staff here for that matter. So give me Josh Young for a home run at plus 410. Also going to look at Adolis Garcia at plus 360. He's hitting 462 with 3 extra base hits in the last 2 weeks against left-handed pitching. Always a threat to go off for a home run, I feel, is Garcia. So give me Adolis Garcia at plus 360. And I also like Marcus Semien for the Rangers at plus 390. He's having a nice last couple weeks against lefties as well, hitting 353 with 3 extra base hits. So I'll take Marcus Semien for a shot as well at plus 390. The lone Cardinal I'm looking at in that game, Nolan Arenado at plus 390. He's hitting 455 with 3 extra base hits, including a home run in the last week against righties. Now, Dane Dunning, he hasn't given up much in terms of home runs or hard contact for that matter, but I just feel like another heater could be brewing for Arenado. I think if anyone's going to get Dunning, it could be Arenado here. So give me Nolan Arenado at plus 390. Go to our last couple of games. We're going to go to this matchup between the Angels and the Cubs. I'm only going to look at a couple of Angels here. I'm going to look at Shohei Ohtani at plus 300. He's hitting 306 with 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching. Still has a 13.9% barrel rate this season. Now, Hayden Wesneski, back in a starting role for the Cubs. I had no idea why he got pulled out. I don't know if he was injured or if they just moved him back to the rotation for a little bit. Back in a starting role for the Cubs. In his last 7 starts, he's allowed 8 home runs. He's also given up a 12.4% barrel rate this season. I like Shohei Ohtani to go yard here at plus 300. Also going to look at Brandon Drury to hit a home run at plus 480. Hitting 294 with 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against righties. Drury's in some fine form right now and against a struggling arm in Wesneski. I'll take Brandon Drury here at plus 480. And our last player prop of the day, a player from this Padres Mariners matchup. I'm gonna go with Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 335. He's got 3 home runs in the last 2 weeks against right-handed pitching with a 10.9% barrel rate this season. Going up against Logan Gilbert for the Mariners, who's allowed 4 home runs in his last 3 starts. He's given up a blast in each of those outings, as well as an 8.2% barrel rate this season. So give me Fernando Tatis Jr. to round things out at plus 335. So we'll do a quick recap of the plays that we did give out for Tuesday's action. We start things out with the Phillies, a trio of Phillies. We're going to go with Trey Turner at plus 400. Also going to go with Nick Castellanos at plus 430. And Bryce Harper at plus 370. Going to roll with Jorge Soler of the Marlins in this Marlins and Royals matchup at plus 310. Also going to stick with Brian De La Cruz at plus 575. Also leans towards Garrett Cooper and Yuli Gurriel in that Marlins and Royals game. For the Royals, we're going to go with Nick Pratto at plus 850, our longest shot on the board. Also going to go with Bobby Witt Jr. at plus 540 for the Royals. For the Pirates, you're going to go with a pair of Pirates. You're going to go with Brian Hayes at plus 575 and Jack Suwinski at plus 400. Go with a pair of Diamondbacks here. We're going to go with Corbin Carroll at plus 360 and Christian Walker at plus 335. Like I said, you could probably go with the catalog of bats in that Astros and Blue Jays matchup. So if you go back about halfway through the show, you can hear my thoughts on that game. But we'll also go to this matchup between the Dodgers and the Reds. I like JD Martinez to hit a home run at plus 310. I like Mookie Betts to hit a home run at plus 270. For the Reds, we're going to go with Jake Fraley to hit a home run at plus 500. And again, the late breaking news, and I really hope everybody can find this. I like Ellie De La Cruz making his major league debut here to hit a home run at plus 350. That's what I've seen at a couple books. So do your line shopping, but definitely try to find Ellie De La Cruz if you can. I really like him tonight. I'm also going to go with Rafael Devers for the Red Sox here at plus 375. And Connor Wong, if you can find a price on him as well for the Red Sox. For the Braves, you're going to go with the trio Braves here. Eddie Rosario at plus 430. Also going to go with Matt Olson at plus 285. And Ronald Acuna Jr. at plus 360. For the Texas Rangers, we're going to go with Josh Young at plus 410. Adolis Garcia at plus 360. And Marcus Semien at plus 390. Lone play for the Cardinals in that match, we're going to go with Nolan Arenado, also at plus 390. Going to go with a couple of Angels here. Shohei Ohtani at plus 300. Also going to look at Brandon Drury at plus 480. And to round things out for the Padres, Fernando Tatis Jr. at plus 335. Now, before we get going, in honor of Dinger Tuesday, I will give you guys a home run prop parlay that I put down a couple bucks on. Not guaranteeing this thing by any stretch. Like I said, no home run prop thing is a guarantee here. But the ones that I do like right off the bat that I parlayed, and I'm probably going to do a couple more parlays just for fun, some round robins later in the day, but I recommend round robining this by twos as well. Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds. Like I said, I really like that matchup. Shohei Ohtani for the Angels against Hayden Wesneski, and Eddie Rosario for the Braves against Carlos Carrasco. So that's my 3-team parlay for Tuesday. Not going to give out a parlay every day, but because it's Dinger Tuesday, I'll take a shot on one today. Why not? But thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking with me through this. Got 130,000 plus subscribers on our YouTube channel. Couldn't have done it without your guys' love and support, so thank you. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed and hit that big thumbs up. It really helps us out. And if you're looking for my best bets at the games that I am the most confident in, the games that I do love the most, you can head on over to pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. And if you haven't already, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pickdawgz. Wednesday, we'll probably have some afternoon action, so we'll try to get the video out as early as possible, but sometimes with us trying to wait for the prices and also for some late information, can't always wait forever, and the games don't wait for us. So if you have notifications turned on, sometimes you are cutting it close if we do take part in that afternoon action, but if you have the notifications on, you can be the first to be in the know when the content drops. You get those notifications, you get those, as soon as it drops, you get to watch the video and get those plays in. And I implore everyone else also, please check out these betting tools at Pickdawgz and Sports Chat Plays. They'll, like I said, they'll do the heavy lifting for you. You're not going to find betting tools like this for 100% free anywhere out there, but we're giving them to you. And like I said, they are a great tool, a great asset to have when you're doing your research and making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Let's crush the books on Tuesday.